Today we're going to be on 3 different sets. Set number 1 is going to be a photo headshot gig. All 3 are going to be for the same person, but the client is looking for headshots for all of his employees, or at least his main guys. So we're going to set up a quick little 2-light setup, both AD 600 Pros, using MagMod diffusion setup. They're all magnetic, super easy to put in, very efficient, and that is one of the biggest reasons that I have them. We're going to get all these shots, and as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to throw them up into Lightroom, get a quick little simple edit on them, and get them uploaded to Dropbox so I can provide a link to the client. Now the client can download from the Dropbox, upload to the website, and wherever he so choose. All right, so we're all done. I'm going to break these down. Like I said, they're all magnetic, so super easy, super efficient. They all collapse. Going to throw them inside my Milwaukee pack-out roller. That's what holds all my diffusion. So my 42-inch softbox, my grids, my strip boxes, my 24-inch softbox. That's where it all goes. Set number 2. This one's going to be video oriented. So we're going to run 2 lights. This first one, or this first little scene, we're going to run a single 300C with 42-inch MagMod softbox. No grid, we're just looking for a nice, soft, even fill across the whole area. Sony a7S III on the small rig tripod.
With a work order, all you gotta do takes 30 seconds. That sounds fucking terrible.
Also, when you say tennis, make it clear, because it almost sounds like you're saying tennis.
Tennis unit.
When your tennis unit.
Tennis unit. That's how you do it in 30 seconds. You're already in the tennis unit with a work order.
Hey, Eddie.
You're already in the tennis unit with a...
Give me a swoop. Take a breath. Hit it.
So you don't have time to PM an AC. I call bullshit. You're already in the tenants unit with a work order. Take 30 seconds to PM the unit.
After a quick little coaching, telling him to take a deep breath, he actually ended up nailing his lines. Here we are, Sony a7S III on the Cineback setup with the DJI Mic 2 setup. Here I'm going to show you where I have the Mic 2. It's below the bottom button. Mic against the skin. They clip it right on the inside. So essentially, when you're out a little bit further from it, you do not see it. And it was in the previous shot too. You guys probably didn't even notice. Here's going to be a full kitchen setup for a different scene in the training video that we're working on. So we're going to do 2 lights, just a nice even fill again. Still same thing, 2 42-inch MagMod softboxes. He's going over a script and whatnot on his phone. We're going to plug some stuff in, unplug some stuff. We're trying to show essentially whether if the client calls because the breaker pops, what are going to be your first steps to making sure that we're doing all the correct things to getting that client power. And typically, I guess, in this world is the breaker popping. So they're going to go ahead and talk about that here in the training video. So we're going through the first, essentially the first run, and I noticed there was a weird glare coming off the microwave. So I had to do a quick little adjustment on the height and angle of that light. Now that we've got that dialed in, everything's good to go. Everything looks great. You guys should see the shot here in a minute, what the camera sees versus all the nonsense that's not in frame.
Important to note is that all of the new apartments have arc fault GFI breakers. It doesn't take a lot to trip them, and it trips at the breaker instead of here at the outlet. For the older apartments, you reset it right here at the outlet on the GFCI. Tenants.
After looking at the setup, we realized if we were able to take this door off, we'd have a whole lot more room, plus that door being open essentially blocks the breaker. And that was the main key to this shot, was being able to see that breaker. So instead of switching to a wide angle and being both crammed in a super tight little area, we just took that door off. We were good to go. Now we got a big light in there. It's actually bouncing off of the ceiling / wall. We're going to make some adjustments to that, get that dialed in, and make sure he's got a nice soft light across his face and body.
I'm saying, like, if you have the AC on,
Balancing the light. Your subject's face, nice and bright.
that way. I mean, I don't want to say that for sure, but I mean, I think make it little.
All right, so you got a shadow on that right side of his face. We got the light up here. I don't know how to make it like non-autofocus. So we're gonna change this real quick. Oh, the other way. Point it right here. Hit it right here. Yeah, give or take. That'd be pause it. Of course, we don't want to focus. Now we got a nice even fill. Looks good.
First thing we're gonna do, look and see if anything's tripped. Oh, we can see that 16 is tripped, which happens to be the kitchen. Go figure. We're gonna turn it off, turn it back on. Now let's go see if it turned on all the appliances.
Nope.
Do that.
All right, now we're wrapping up here. We're gonna go ahead and pack everything up. We're gonna get loaded and head over to the third location, which is gonna be an entirely different shoot. Same client though, same involvement. So yeah, we're gonna pack up. Here we go. Now that we're here, we're gonna get the camera set up. I'm gonna try and find a location for the talent to stand. Ideally, I'd like to have some sort of branding in the background. If you can see the orange rack thing, I don't go to the gym, so I don't know what those are called, but behind that, there's a gigantic Title Strength logo. So I'm trying to make it to where I can get some sort of branding behind my client. So now I got the trainer here. He's actually framed between, well, he's on the camera screen. He's framed between the Title Strength logo in the background and that big orange thing. I think I show the camera here in a little bit so you can actually see what it looks like. Here I'm discussing, hey, try not to make too many crazy movements. If you make any crazy movements, the mic might ruffle, stuff like that. Thankfully, none of that happened, and we were good to go on this one.
You guys are called Title Strength. 25 is going to be your year, whether that's losing those few extra pounds or gaining that little bit of muscle that you always wanted.
And the same thing with this clip. After looking around the gym, we were able to get him framed up, put the logo in the background through the mirror, which actually looked pretty cool, the final shot. But the client was super happy with it, absolutely loved it.
I didn't see you there.